Hello there! Welcome to Bob the Fool playing a Nuzlocke run very badly. I know that last time I said I was going to try to get all of this stuff out of the way beforehand. I changed my mind, because I'm allowed to do that. I am still a fool. Eh. One button too many. I apologize if I sound like shit, by the way. I'm recovering from a cold, or have a cold. However you want to look at it. Alright, so, Sexington, way too powerful for us. Beat the shit out of us. So, instead of fighting Sexington, I've decided that I'm going to go after Shoofus. Shoofus. Okay. So my rival is now a fancy shoe. Hopefully that will be stupid enough for me to be able to beat him this time around. I also kind of wanted to point something out in why I did foolish things last time. So, what do I need to do? I need to get oak. Sorry, I saw "come with me" and my entire thought went to "come with me if you want to live." Get down. Professor Oak would be better played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. If they ever do a live action Pokemon, I really hope they do that now. Alright. I'm still gonna run with Squirtle, because I am still afraid of not getting a Pokemon I can teach swim. Part of me wants to go Charizard or Charmander, because I was thinking about it and I went, wait, which of the beginning Pokemon can you teach Cut? So we might get screwed over by that too. I think this one was Squirtle. No, that one is Bulbasaur. No. Who could also learn Cut? Alright. I now got a Squirtle. I'm gonna nickname him Beta Testing. Or Beta. For short. Hopefully my tea helps me with my cold. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this whole talking over the video games thing. Alright, battles. Wait, a fool! Oh, I'm delayed. Maybe I should be reading these out loud. Tackle! It's a tackle battle. It's a tackle battle. Stupid gold. Stupid Bulbasaur, stop killing Beta. I know that he's not the alpha predator, he's the beta predator, but still. Alright. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon fight to toughen it up. A fool! Gramps, smell you later. Thanks, Shu. So, I don't believe in this. Yeah. So, if you haven't noticed, I don't think at all Professor Oak or anyone has told you, hey, there is a delivery at the Pokemart in the next town for Professor Oak. Go get that for him. So literally, lucky. I'm not going to count this towards the Nuzlocke run. I'm in fact going to run away because I want to try to make this as pure to an actual Nuzlocke run that I can turn around. I'm super happy I'm not counting these because these would be Pokemon I could never get now. I just couldn't go in this area. They never tell you to go to the Pokemart to go get a delivery for Oak, or that there's a delivery for Oak at all. So when I was a kid and I first started playing this game, I didn't realize I had money, so I went, oh, I can't buy anything in the Ark. I can't buy anything in the Mart. That's a staple of RPG games. Like, and if you go over here, you can't go through here. This is private property. So, you can't go over there because of the drunk in the road. You can't go over to the gym here because you can't get past the drunk in the road. Also, the gym leader's not there, but that has nothing to do with it. So when I was a kid, I went, okay, obviously I'm not supposed to go into any of these random buildings. I kind of figured out what the Pokemart was, so I was like, oh, I don't need potions or anything like that, so I don't need to buy supplies. So I went over to the left here, and if you don't set off the chain of events that allow you to buy Pokeballs, you can just run around here, and Gary does not show up. So, me being a small child, I ran through here, and ran all the way up here. I read the sign, because it's the Pokemon League. Front gate. And then you get up to the doors, you walk through the doors, and you're like, yeah, I'm ready to go on a Pokemon adventure. Only truly skilled trainers are allowed through here. You don't have the Boulder badge yet. Rules are rules. I can't let you pass. So, yeah. So I didn't know what that meant. I figured that meant, oh, you know, I'm too weak to get through here. The game knows that I should be a higher level. So I literally spent my entire first weekend with this game running around in the grass up here, leveling up my Charmander until it was a Charizard. And I think I got up to Fire Burst. And I got so frustrated with the game. I really did. I thought I missed something. I restarted. And then I was told by one of my friends on the Monday afterwards, oh no, you just have to walk into the Pokemart. Something I've never done. So that's what I wanted to do my last recording session was tell that story. But because I set off all of these events already, I couldn't do it. So, yeah. I was just as stupid as a kid as I am nowadays. Maybe more so. If you know a kid, you could probably agree with that. Maybe less so. I'm not sure. I need to get the world map too, because that's going to help me keep track of routes. Oh, a fool! Get out. It's been like 5 minutes. It's like, how's my old Pokemon? Yes, I can run away from a Rattata and a Pidgey. I'm great. But yeah, no, as a kid I didn't know to do this. Didn't even think to do this. Like, I also like how they kind of imply that he just got a Master Ball. I have a request of you two. I mean, that's an invitation. Is my invention Pokédex? It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. Actually, caught, not seen. It just takes a picture of them automatically, whether it's in your pocket or not. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Encyclopedia. I don't know what voice I'm doing right now. Anyways. A fool and Shufus. Take these with you. A fool got Pokédex from Oak. Yay. The actual goal of the game is to fill out the Pokédex. All 151 Pokemon and number 0 if you are creative enough. A fool, I hate to say it, but I don't need you. I know. Borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one, a fool. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Ha ha! Theme music play. As a kid, I always liked to assume that he had a giant boombox that he just pressed play on while he was walking out. Gramps asked you to help run an errand. Yes, catching all 151 Pokemon. That I assume you would call that an errand. It is but a small task in my lengthy measure of quests. It is basically a fetch quest. But, still. It's a lengthy fetch quest. Move. Move. Go the other way. Go the other way. Thank you. And straight up. Okay. Alright, now that I have Pokeball, or I will have Pokeballs in a second, I'm going to count my running around and the grass as legit. So I will try to catch Pokemon. Super quickly. My Pokemon healed? Yes. Beta was healed. This spray always amused me, because it's goo. They do much better with the small sprites in the later games. They really do. Alright. Now, for the actual Nuzlocking. And me drinking tea. I'm gonna get a Pidgey! Yay! So, go Pokeball. Why can't I use the town map in battle? I actually really like, I think it's Pidgeotto is what it evolves into? Because Pidgeotto? Yeah. It was always one of my mainstay team members when I was a kid. Yes, we're going to nickname Pidgey. What am I going to nickname Pidgey? I'm gonna nickname Pidgey. Yeah. Cookie. Kids, I like cookies. I like Pidgeys. Okay, so Pidgey's not hurt. Beta is. Cookie's not hurt. I'm gonna have to remember to use their names I give them. I should switch them around. Yay! Yeah! I'm an amorphous blob of stupid. How are you guys? Oh, I bet some of you were thinking, oh, how could you have like a level 50 Charizard? Without getting any badges, don't they rebel against you? Well, in the original game, they didn't unless someone traded with you. Which was the interesting part of this game. So, I never had a problem with, actually I could just switch out my Pokemon. And, no, I'm gonna heal Beta just in case, because I'm already here. But yeah, so the gym badges, they're like, oh, you can now control Pokemon up to level 20, up to level 30, and it's not entirely true. Well, it is true. You can control Pokemon up to level 30, but if you catch them and train them yourselves, you can keep them at whatever level. You can actually run around the starting area like a nutcase. If you're me, until all of your Pokemon are level 99, and then run off towards all of the gyms and whatnot. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to run around for a fair bit in order to grind, but that's just me grinding. My Pidgey wasn't really hurt. I'm gonna get Pidgey up to, I'm gonna get Cookie. His name's Cookie. I nicknamed him. I'm gonna get Cookie up to level 5, and then I'm gonna go into that other grass area, try to catch a second Pokemon. So that way I have Tree and a half maybe, because I have hopes and dreams. I never was taught how to catch Pokemon. Huh, you apparently don't have to get taught that. Yay! I have a higher level Cookie. Yay! Fight something. Fight something. Fight something. Thank you. I'm gonna burb for a bit. Maybe it'd be more efficient if I would switch out the Pokemon and just grind up to where I need to be. I don't know. Think it over, me. Decide what you're doing. Stop being stupid. You're probably the only one watching these anyways. Risking it! I only do 5 damage, so it's not really risking it. Okay. So, Cookie is now level 5 and learned Sand Attack. I actually really like Sand Attack. I don't know why I really like Sand Attack, but I really like Sand Attack. No, I remember why. I always kept Sand Attack on my Pidgeotto because when I was out legendary hunting, because you only get one chance, and I've actually caught all 3 birds with an Ultra Ball, and then Mewtwo with a Master Ball, because you can't catch them with an Ultra Ball, I don't think. So you Sand Attack them a stupid amount, so that way they can't kill off your Pokemon. Alright, let's see who Pokemon number 3 is today. Tis a Rattata. Let's weaken him up a bit, and then I will throw out a Pokeballs. Maybe we should buy some more Pokeball. Yes. Let's not go with Skaven today. I don't know how to spell that. Give me a second. Burb. Zeus! Even though he's not a thunder god. Because he's rat. Wrong mouse Pokemon! Okay. So, we're not going to run off there this time until I got everyone up to level 15. Because although I was planning on getting everyone up to level 10, that would not have helped at all. Even a little bit. Because, Shu's gonna have higher level Pokemons than that, and I'd rather get an easy fight than a hard one. So, back off to grinding! Grind! Maybe not. I don't know. I still want to talk about Age of Sigmar stuff since I brought it up last time. So the General's Handbook came out. And I'm going to give my initial impressions. I've mostly skimmed it. I haven't actually read a lot of it. Partially because I haven't gotten into any Age of Sigmar battles. So it's one of those, oh, I'll actually read it when I need to know it. How do I want to put this? My initial impression of the General's Handbook is mixed. Because the thing that everyone really wants out of it, from what I can tell, is the point value system. And I don't care. I like Path to Glory. I like some of the campaign ideas a little bit more. Can you involve the point system with that? Yeah. Well, not with Path to Glory. You understand. Yeah, we'll run Cookie one more time. Like I just said, I don't really care about the point systems. It's neat. I'm happy they did it. I'm happy that they counted in some of the older models because I'm running Tomb King archers in my undead. So I can include them in there. Because otherwise, Death Rattle doesn't gain range attacks or monstrous creatures without Tomb Kings involved. I really want a Bone Giant. Oh god. Also, those things have the silly hat that always reminds me of the Bone Giant from Majora's Mask. 2 tiny skeletons on it, I believe. If not, I always want to make. I'm gonna make one of those if I ever get a Stone Giant or a Bone Giant. Terrific. Haha, T-puns. I'm gonna switch you out for Beta, and let's grind up Beta for a bit. And then I'll heal everyone up and grind up Zeus. Yeah, anyways, so I don't get monstrous creatures, really. Unless I wanted to buy the vampire account stuff, but I don't. Because I actually don't like the vampire count, the flesh eater accounts. I like the undead model. I like the skeleton models. I might want to run some zombies. I definitely want to run the spirits. I actually really like the spirits. I don't want any vampires. Which may or may not be a good thing. I don't know. I haven't decided on that yet. I just decided to ramble over grinding. Oh. This tea is a godsend. There's a couple of things in the General's Handbook I want to point out, though. Other than the Grand Alliance things in the back, which are actually really cool, and I like the fact that they added those in. I wish that they gave you kind of a balanced way of, like, making custom, named heroes and that type of thing. But if you're not playing with a point system, it's kind of just going on a back and forth with your friends on special rules, and, you know, you want it to be a narrative, or do you want, you know, this just to be an awesome model? That type of thing. If you're doing that, I highly recommend actually modding your model, so that way he's unique to other models. It's not super hard to do that. Like, I would recommend, if you're playing orcs, like, if you're like, oh, I want a super awesome, you know, named war boss for my orc army. I would totally be like, yeah, so instead of using the normal Warhammer orc models, which, other than the new Iron Jaws, are small, you know, mod up something using an orc war boss from 40k. Like, switch out the head, so that way you don't have, like, gadgets coming off of his face. Replace the gun, if the model has one, with, like, an Iron Jaw arm or something. You can mod up something super cool. Like, even if you're just buying a 40k war boss for his big choppa, you can take just the arm and add it onto an Iron Jaw, because I believe they're about the right size, and it would look amazing. I should level up Zeus first, because Zeus is lower level, and I want to be able to back him up with higher level Pokemon. You know, in case the hit points get low. he's a magnificent thing. Yeah, it was. I went on a tangent about modding and stuff. Sorry, I use Fantasy and Age of Sigmar models in order to make hard boys and the like for 40k. Which, if you're doing that and you're actually using what they call hard boy models or black orc models, if you can find the old box sets, to make yourself some hard boys, because they're actually in armor. I don't want to risk it. Go, Cookie. Save Zeus. Cookie, save Zeus. I highly recommend using knob arms with pistols to get the guns in there, because the normal boy arms are a bit small and they look off compared to the armor-plated arms. They, like, if you take off the armor plates, you could make the argument, oh, the arm would be smaller. But it looks super weird to look at because you have the one super armored model and then you have this unmodeled, this unarmored arm. So so I use knob arms for the guns. Or I just cut off the handle of a gun and most of a weapon and then just glue it in, and it looks super awkward, but if you're not paying that close attention to models, it doesn't show up. You don't notice. I might throw in some pictures of my hard boys in here, because I'm super happy with my painted up hard boys. They're a really fun model. I only have 10 of them. I need 30 more. I need like 33 more so that way I can get some heavy weapons in there. Heavy weapons, I'm sorry. Orcs can't pronounce H's because they're Cockney. I'm sorry for anyone who's Cockney. I don't mean to be offensive. I just say it how I sees it. General's Handbook, because I'm running off on tangents. Tangents. I can talk about tangents for a while. Yes. No. I'll get into math stuff later if I get super bored while grinding. Yay! Zeus shall be all-powerful. I don't know if I'm gonna go with like a theme for any of my Pokemon names or anything like that. Anyways, so, as I was saying earlier, I'm super into the Path to the Glory style gameplay, where you get random models, you go out and buy them. I think it's super interesting. I think it's a cool idea. I think it's a great way to build up a first-time army, especially if you don't know what what exactly you want. You're just, I want this general thing. Like, I know which leader I want because it's a cool model, and then I'm kind of meh on everything else. My complaint, because it's actually a complaint I have about the Path to Glory stuff that they have in the book. And I can understand that it's probably a combination of, well, we didn't know how to balance this, and because, you know, these models were originally not created for the system, or, well, it's just not that interesting. It's just, we don't have enough models in this range set to make an interesting Path to Glory style set. which is why Chaos worked perfectly for it, because you had the 4 gods plus Chaos Undivided. So you can technically get any piece that you wanted, potentially. Either by rolling for which random gods you're going to be rolling on that day, because you're playing Chaos Undivided, or by picking a god and being like, I want something off of this table. Today I feel like putting, I feel like my army needs something from Slanesh, or, you know, I'm a Nurgle army, I throw down Nurgles, like play beasts and whatnot, and I might grab some of the NEDD stuff, but you won't see anything from Khorne, Zeech, or Slanesh from me. All my models will be Nurgle. Which is very interesting, and it's really cool, and it gives you a lot of options. If you look at some of the other races, you don't have those options. Death is actually the closest to having that many options, because they have a chart for skeletons, a chart for zombies, I believe, or vampires, and they don't have the night ghosts, the ghosts. Which, once again, I can kind of understand that you don't have that many options for them, so yeah. But, you know, I wouldn't mind if there been like a generic category that had like the spirits in it or something, but they're not in Path to Glory, which saddens me. But what also saddens me is that there's I am getting my ass kicked. And we're switching to beta. Fuck you. And we're switching to beta. I should maybe not swear. I should maybe not care. I don't know. Bubbles! The bubbles! I guess my complaint for the Path to Glory stuff is I wish they would have added more to it. Especially the Seraphim. I really wish they would have added the Seraphim. Because I think they would have had a really neat contrast, and especially compared to the Chaos models. Or if... Actually, I don't even think they have demons. They just the Chaos Berserkers and stuff. For at least Khorne. Because they focused down on Khorne at one point in time and haven't really shown the other gods off in Age of Sigmar. Which I'm hoping they do. You know, it's a thing. It's Game Workshop. They made some mistakes, but at least they're learning from their mistakes, and they're trying to get the community back on their side. And I will commend them for realizing that for kind of acknowledging, oops, we fucked up. I'm not sure. I won't say that they realize they fucked up. I think they realized they ostracized some of their hardcore fan base by ignoring rules to their game, or really heavily fucking with the rules to the game. Because it's more so the game that makes you want to buy the models than the models that make you want to buy the game, play the game. unless you're me and you love dinosaurs, then you're like, yes, I want a T-Rex with a lizard man on it with a giant golden claw. I never plan on fielding him, but I want him. I don't actually remember what that hero's name is. I'll have to pull up my old Lizardman Codex, because I still have it. You know, they tried something really new. It didn't work out. It ostracized a lot of players. It made a lot of players feel like Games Workshop didn't care about them or care about the tournament scene, where the tournament scene is really huge for a game like this. So they're trying to gain that player base back, and the financial report actually came out recently. I kind of skimmed it because I can read that and I can understand it for a little bit, just from various econ and economics classes I've taken. You know, it's interesting. Their sales have gone up since in like the last quarter. I believe their Age of Sigmar sales like skyrocketed because of the I think the Season of War thing helped that, because it's really cool to have the idea of, yes, you go to your hobby shop, you play a game, you paint some models during like this 3-month period, and what you do and how, like, who beats who will affect the storyline of all of our models. It might affect which models come out next. Like, right now destruction is super low on the list. I think it's just because most people haven't realized how powerful the Iron Jaws are and how powerful brutes are. They're nasty, oh good god. Or at least on paper. On paper, they're super powerful. They really are. I haven't played them yet, but I can math hammer them out. And oh good god, they're scary. Just the idea of an orc war boss that heals from killing things makes me go, why doesn't Threka have this? You've killed 5 Marines. Threka now has 7 wounds. I know why that doesn't happen. Yeah, it's one of those things of just the idea of I can have something that just can't die on the field is insane to me. As someone who plays Necrons. I can have an orc on the field that doesn't die within 30 seconds. Is just insane to me. Cannon fodder. They're cannon fodder. Put them in cannon. They fodder your enemy team. Feeds them up good. What was the other thing in the General's Handbook? The other thing in the General's Handbook that I was super interested in, that I'm super interested in, but I'm not sure it actually work without either a lot of communication and understanding between two parties, is the Matrix campaign system. Because either you're gonna have to have 2 people like agree to how to have your options in the Matrix set up, or option number 2 is you have to have a 3rd person set up the matrices for you. But if you know anything about game theory at all, the Matrices campaign system, I feel like if set up badly, can really quickly either give one player a super advantage that they're always going to pick the same option if it's available to them, or you're going to get a prisoner's dilemma situation where clearly one option is better for you and clearly one option is better for your opponent, but if you both pick those options, it's worse for both of you than picking any other options on the table. So I'm kind of a back and forth on whether or not I think that the Matrix campaign idea is a super good idea. I think it really depends on who you're playing the Matrix campaign against. But I also like I like the idea because you can do something like, I play undead. Alright, well, one of my options might be I have my Necromancer is trying to bolster my ranks. So, for the next battle, so if my Necromancer gets his summoning off because he's off in this graveyard with a little small protective retinue, he can bolster my ranks by adding maybe a couple followers off of the death tables and path to glory. Even if we're playing points, it lopsides the battle horribly. However, if you send out scouts or just make a full frontal assault, you get ambush advantage, or some of my models are in reserve because they were paying attention to this side of the battle. But you're overcoming from around the mountains or something. So now I have this really interesting, campaign scenario where I'm trying to get my Necromancer to bolster my troops, that way I have an unfair advantage against you. But you can take your troops and send them out in a certain way that causes it so that way I can't get that out. However, it could also be a thing where you decide, oh, no, I don't think he's going to do that. I think they're going to send out scouts, or they're going to try to attack my fortress or something like that. So I'm going to defend up in my fictional campaign scenario where we're two warring nations almost. So you're defending up in your keep, which gives you super advantages if I'm trying to scout against you or I'm trying to make an attack option. However, since I'm summoning off skeletons and not going after you right away, my Necromancer doesn't appear towards the battle against your fort. What ends up happening is I get those random followers automatically, and them and my Necromancers go off in reserve, and they just show up later in the battle, as I am going to go off and destroy your keep and thus take over the land. And it's a really cool campaign idea and scenario that you would have those options. But without a lot of communication and understanding and going back and forth with each other on, how the campaign scenario sets up, how many wins or losses are we going to count until things are good. Our model's going to die off permanently via Mordheim rules. That type of thing. Becomes super interesting super quick, and it it's not always super clear to me whether or not it's actually a good idea or whether or not it would actually work. I can just say I like the idea and I would like to play with it. However, I don't have enough free time to run a Warhammer campaign. Actually, I just took a break from building my models to paint one of my flash kits, because I have my flash kits off to the side as a fun model, as just a fun model. I never field them. I'm just now thinking about fielding them just because I have a couple flash kit models. I only have one painted and assembled and based. The other 4 from the box set were not fully assembled, and I'm just painting now. I'm just now painting my captain. I guess have a picture of my captain. Whee! He's half painted. Or maybe he's fully painted. I don't know. I needed a break from assembling, so I like having a model that I can just pick up and have some fun with and play around with. The other nice thing about orcs, if you ever play orcs or just collect orcs, is when you field orcs, generally you're fielding so many models that when people look at them, all they see is just a shroud of green, and they don't actually see how well they're painted. A bad orc model next to a good orc model is indistinguishable unless they're super badly painted, or you make their skin color different or something from any other orc model. Because all your opponent's going to do is they're going to look at the border, the other side of the board, and they're going to go, that's a lot of models. Even in like a point-based game where everything should be kind of balanced, like I like running a full 30-man orc squad. So I will go off and I will put down 120 boys, of which only 30 of them are painted. No, that's not true. I have 40 painted? Yeah, I have 40 of my boys painted. Not including my 10 hard boys. Because I don't have a full 30-man squad of them. Mostly due to money. I think it's interesting that, like, if you look at a Space Marine or a super elite army like Eldar, like, you can pick out, like, oh, this is well painted, this is badly painted from across the table really quickly, usually. But because you have so many models down on a Horde army, you can't tell. You stop focusing on whether or not how well they're painted, and you start focusing on, oh, that's a lot of stuff. I don't know how to deal with that much stuff. I'm going to throw bolter fire out randomly and hope things die. And usually it does. Orcs, the only army where if you have, whether or not you have, what your AP is a yes or no question. You got AP? Yep. Alright, awesome. I don't get armor saves. I've been rambling for a bit about Warhammer stuff. I like Warhammer. I like the concept of Age of Sigmar. I'm more of a fantasy guy than a sci-fi guy, which is why I'm drawn towards orcs in 40k, because they're a fantasy army in a sci-fi realm. Even Necron are a little bit fantasy-y. They're more heavily drawn on the sci-fi feel. but you know, what you gonna do? I really want to. I want to like Age of Sigmar, so I'm hoping that the General's Handbook helps me out there. All right, enough ramblies for me. I'm gonna finish off my grind. I'm gonna go fight off Shufus, and then I think I'm gonna end this. So, grinds, the grinding. Yay! I can stop grinding now. Yes, everyone's now level 15. I'm going to organize my Pokemon the way I like to organize my Pokemon. So 23, 25. Alright, they're organized the way I like it. I go level, hit points, attack for some odd reason. And if attack's the same, then I guess I would just go down the line of stats until something. But I always like throwing out my weakest Pokemon first. I don't know why. Maybe because I want them to level faster. Okay. I ran off and had lunch while grinding and everything, because that literally took 2 hours. Be happy you guys weren't there for that. Oh, that was... Alright. So, through the patch, no battles, and now to get in a fight with a shoe. Hey! A fool! You're going to Pokemon League? Forget it. You probably don't have any badges. The guard won't let you through. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger? Because I might kill him! Alright. Go Zeus! Destroy him! Wow. Zeus actually destroyed him! Maybe I overleveled? No, I want to keep Zeus out. Yeah, I overleveled! Alright. A fool defeated Shufus. Aw, you just lucked out. No, you went against the king of the Greek pantheon. I heard Pokemon League has many tough trainers. You have to figure out how to get past them. You should quit dawdling and get a move on. I just spent 2 hours grinding. Screw you, Shu. Give me $1. I think you might owe me $1, right? We've known each other long enough. You probably owe me $1. Give me $1. Okay. I'm gonna fight off this Rattata. I'm gonna go heal and have the Pokemon, and I'm gonna save. I'm gonna pick up a couple more Pokeballs. But I think that's gonna be it for this session of Pokemon Blue. Originally I was planning on recording a second session, but that took so ridiculously long that I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm actually just gonna call it a day because that grinding just killed me. Because I ranted for about an hour about nothing important, realistically. Then I spent 2 hours running off and grinding. So I've been at this for 3 hours. I am a bit spent. on Pokemon for today. Yeah. So, I'm a save. Yes. Alright. Thanks for watching. As always, you know, you guys should know what to do by now. YouTube's been around for a while. If not, push buttons. And I'll see you guys later.